Hi.
Hello, and welcome to the Partner Panel. So, starting off, I'm just gonna start it. I mean, you guys know me.
Say it.
Usually
Say
for the beginning of these videos, I'll either just tell you straight up whether I like it or not. This past one, I'm an audio guy, so I appreciated getting audio samples, but I'll be real, compared to last week, I looked at this and I was like, I'm gonna go back to TFT. I'm not excited.
Yep. No, it's really what I was saying last week. They're running out of content. Like, I'm gonna say it right now, guys. I was talking about when I was driving from work today. I was like thinking about what I was gonna say about this, and I think because we're running so much low on the content for these weekly updates, I think they're running out of shit. I think they're running out of shit, and I think probably by Tuesday we'll get a notification saying when the dev stream's gonna be. That's my guess. I could be wrong because I don't know anything. But
so I feel that way, but at the same time, why are they telling us within the second line of the new update? We have more teasers to show you. However, we do want to save a few surprises for our community.
Because those other teasers, they want to use it in the dev stream. They want to save that for the content for the dev stream. Because what would be the point of the dev stream if they showed us everything in the weekly updates, and then here's a dev stream to go over everything we showed you the weekly updates for the past 8 weeks?
I guess I can see that, but a dev stream should also be like an open opportunity for the community to ask questions, like an open Q&A. You feel me? It doesn't have.
Oh, it is, and that's what they use at the very end. But they want to have build that hype up. They want to have that showcase in the beginning. That's what they've done with every dev stream so they've had so far. You know.
Yo, you know what we have to do? Actually, we have to give Ryan a 101 crash course on OBS.
Right.
my dude knows his he knows stuff, but he's still not like in his realm when it comes to OBS. And I don't know if I'm the only one. You can definitely feel that whenever he's going. Well, not just feel, he fucking says it. Like he'll say like 10, 20 times throughout the stream, yo, I'm sorry guys, I don't usually do this. Can you guys hear me okay? Is it
Hello.
You got me? Hello.
Yeah.
So I almost want to suggest, like, it's very possible for him to have somebody remote control his second monitor while he's talking, right? And just literally do the transitions for Ryan. Like, have somebody take care of that for him, or legit just send out that shit to somebody. Like, for example, how you guys are sending me your footage.
Yeah.
And I handle everything, and the stream none the wiser. You feel me? All they see is the end result. Ryan could literally just be a webcam and make his life easy and focus on the community engagement, the content, because I feel like he really does struggle, because it is a struggle for anybody that hasn't ever streamed to an active, environment, a lot of people. It's not that easy to keep up with hundreds of people in chat, keep with your structure. Sometimes there's bugs, audio bugs, video bugs. You got to address those quick on the fly, keep rolling, keep being entertaining. Let's talk about this next, etc. If you're not used to the streaming life, that's a hard bubble to kind of pop into, low key.
It can be difficult. He used to stream a while ago, but I think, like, as far as him, a lot of it is he doesn't get a lot of time to make sure everything's set up before they go live, because there's so much that is changing, like even up to dev stream. Like, you can tell by the past 3 dev streams, right? They've had an update right before the guys who were supposed to showcase like an update fixing more bugs, so people have to wait for them to update. You know what I mean? So like, that's just
with just a one-on-one or some shit.
Yeah, and it's just like, because there's so much stuff that's constantly changing, it's like got to keep up with the speed with that stuff.
Yeah.
But as far as that, I think that they probably have some more teasers they want to show us in next week's update. But I wouldn't be surprised if they do next week's update, and if they don't announce the dev stream in next week's blog post, or if they put the blog post out early, like say Tuesday versus Thursday, with the dev stream, then I wouldn't be surprised if the next week doesn't have a weekly update. It's just dev stream is now. You know what I mean? Like, in the next week's weekly update post is just dev stream is this week, guys. Be ready. You know what I mean?
That's what
It
I'm saying. I think
could.
it's going to be Tuesday. Going to be Tuesday. They're going to announce, hey, dev stream on Thursday, and they're going to do it Thursday because now if they do a dev stream, guess what? They don't need to do. They don't need to do a weekly update of blog post.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that's all the work that saves there. So we're going to do a dev stream on Thursday, and then they're going to announce during the dev stream when the patch will be released.
Because
Here's my thing. They can't. I would advise against that. They can't make the commitment of doing a weekly update and then skip one just because they have something else to say.
It's
even
not.
if the weekly update is just kind of like the dev blogs like that we're doing, even if it's just like a written form, like, hey guys, we just want to tell you we're very close. We're happy to announce this day is for this, blah blah blah, etc. You know what I mean? Like even a written format like that, like 3 paragraphs, just like explaining like, hey, thank you for bearing with us. The past, this is the current. Conclusion, let's talk about the future. Bam. Quick little third grade essay.
That's what I expect the week that the dev stream is. I don't expect to have any content in that update. I expect it to be just, hey guys, guess what? It's coming. Dev stream is blah. That's it. You know what I mean?
But who's to say that dev stream can't be the weekly update? Nothing about these weekly updates said it was going to be only in text form.
Yeah.
So if they're literally going to give you a stream, they're going to update you on. They're going to give you information. It's going to be updated. And guess what they're going to do during the dev stream? They're going to tell you when the patch is dropping.
Probably play the game.
That is an update. So that's still, and it's on Thursday. So it's literally a week. It's part of the weekly update. There's nothing that says you can't do it.
I get what you're saying, but as far as, let's say, like from the marketing side, right? That's like saying, hey, I'm doing the weekly partners panel on YouTube, right? We post it every Saturday. Next week's video, I'm posting it on Instagram just because I can. That's not how you do it.
Yeah,
that's not how you do it.
But they're saying that they want to get it to us in April, right? So April the 30th is in 3 Fridays. So if they keep the format that they've been keeping with the kind of the weekly announcement being on Thursdays and then the dev stream being Saturday/Sunday, I would anticipate that it's either going to be next Thursday. I mean, best case scenario for the community, next Thursday in the announcement, the update, they say, hey, look, we have a dev stream next Saturday. If it's not next Saturday, it only leaves one more Saturday in April. You know what I mean? So if we're truly going to get this patch within April, the 30th is a Friday. So I wouldn't see them delaying that too much, especially with where, we're at with the game. And I think we've been in this patch for how long now?
It's been a long time. Yeah. This patch has been a long time.
And I even as a partner, I have to admit that. And I just remain patient and, I'm really excited, man. I was about to swear, but you would probably had to bleep that out, man.
No, I don't care. I swear
we don't fucking care.
Oh, we don't fucking
No. I mean, so here's my thing. Like, as far as timeline goes, I'm not stressing it because they said April, right? Whether it's next week, whether it's 2 weeks from now, as long as they deliver, they could honestly deliver on Thursday, on the last Thursday of the month. They could say, hey, patch releases tomorrow. And then the patch goes live on the 30th. Be like, they said April. I can't be mad.
They said April. Whatever, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, yeah, but I've been noticing a lot of people in the community. Obviously, everyone's kind of impatient because it has been a while, like Plato said. But like, I fully expect it to be like a week-long commitment. Like, you're gonna know when the patch is gonna drop. I would say probably Tuesday. You're probably gonna hear dev stream, weekly blog post. For our final weekly blog post is either Thursday or whatever, and then, hey, guess what? It's coming out. You know what I mean? Because I in my opinion, I'd expect more of I'd expect a weekend launch for the update.
Oh hell yeah, bro! Get me in with
That's
all
what
that
I would
new
expect.
stuff.
Yeah. I could see it.
I'd expect a weekend
like
launch if they can time it. If they can like plan it that far ahead and be like, we're gonna release it on Saturday. That's what I would think they would do it. Get everybody who lucky enough to have weekly schedules are off work. There's plenty of free time for people to play the game and give feedback.
Wouldn't it be better to do it on a Friday then? Like if they do like Friday afternoon, so you have the entire
either way.
weekend?
Yeah, either way.
I mean, get me in a whole week.
I do want to Armin did say something about being the final weekly update. It might have just been wording on how you said it. This isn't going to be the final from what they're saying. They're going to continue doing weekly updates from here on out. This will be the last one.
They did mention 13. That
it's going to transfer to bi-weekly updates with the balance patches and stuff is what I'm getting. Like they're probably from what I read, this isn't 100% confirmed or anything, you know what I mean? But from what I understood, it was this weekly updates are coming up to 13. What I would expect the final the final weekly update would probably be like, here's what we're working on now that 13 is out. Here's some progress we've made on those situations. In 2 weeks, balance patch plus more information about how that's going, in my opinion. Because they did say once 13's out, they're switching to bi-weekly updates as far as balance patches are concerned. And this might be wrong,
right?
But I would
balance passes. They're going to do bi-weekly balance patches. Like I get that, but I don't like from what I understand, they're still going to do the weekly updates. The weekly, this little text form. Here you go. This is what we're working on.
That's a good point because there was a differentiation in the statement that they made.
True.
They said bi-weekly balance passes. And beforehand, they said a weekly just update. So quite frankly, I mean,
I think one of those weekly
entire balance
updates will be the balance pass.
Yeah, they're just going to talk about what's coming in the patch.
Like, here we go. This is a balance pass. All right, the next week is in between balance passes. Are going to be an actual update of whatever they're working on.
That makes sense.
Which should be like new content and stuff like that.
Yeah,
which I'd imagine like as they're working on like what they're working on now, and we don't have it yet. They're also working on like, dude, that panda skin, man. Like all those other skin concepts. Yeah. Like those are the things that I'm really excited for going past this patch. It's like this patch is like what do you call that? Like a landmark or kind of like a stepping stone, right, for fall in its early access. And it's definitely something a lot of people are waiting for, but
like
I know you guys are testers, and so my question is for you guys, because I'm not a tester and I'm not able to play it, and I know you don't know the answer to this. I know. I'm not okay. Maybe can't confirm it, and if that's your answer, then fine.
You're the odd one out, my guy.
My question here is, do you think this patch is going to improve the feeling on people's PCs? Like, I know somebody who's got a PC and they try to play Fault and it doesn't. It's not a very smooth playing game for them. But for me, it's smooth because I have an up to date, PC and I can run it and on epic settings and feel great. But they have an older PC to where like it just isn't feeling good for them. Do you think this update is going to help in that situation, or is that something that just like they still need to have what default considers to be the minimum?
So optimization wise,
we'll go
I don't think there's optimization wise, I don't think that there's been a lot of like additional work on that for this patch, but like individual work, like saying like working on Radeon graphic cards and stuff like that, I don't think that's been like super focused. But I will say like the client side like ping compensation they talked about in one of their updates, I think that's going to do amazing for people who are having issues like that. I think that's going to help smooth that out a lot, but I don't think individual hardware optimization is going to be like too large in this patch.
Okay.
I guess my question would be, what do you consider a smooth experience? Because I can literally get on my 1060 3 gig, play the game on the lowest settings, and I can enjoy it. You feel me? It might not look the prettiest. You get what I'm saying? So is this somebody, like, are we talking about the individuals that I'm like, yo, I'm on PC because of ultra settings. Ultra settings all day. If I can't run it on ultra settings 60, it's a shit game. Yeah,
4K
you know what I mean? Like,
60.
Yeah, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, the optimization.
No, I get what you're saying.
But it's just, as far as playable, bro, you could lower that shit to the lowest of settings. You could play Minecraft in Agora, low key, and still have a smooth experience.
I played Fault on 30 frames per second for the longest time, but like as it stands now, I would imagine that that's kind of like the overall goal, is they're trying to make the game kind of feel smoother, feel better, feel more responsive. Because like as a PC gamer, You know, like that's what I want when I do something. I want it to just feel as smooth as possible.
Right. No, I get it. And I can't remember what my friend's setup was. It was a while ago, but it was an old laptop he had, but he bought early 2000s, you know, and so.
Oh, I mean, I'll be honest with you, bro. Like
That
some
was-
of those
that
don't
ex-
even
needs
some
to
of
be
those don't
fixed,
even run
man.
iTunes.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like we know it's his setup, but like he was able to play Predecessor, and it felt smoother. Like it's not like, again, I think things weren't the
That's a very
greatest.
good. Yeah, that's a very good contrast.
You,
Then,
you know what I'm saying? But like,
because I will say, other companies in the early stages definitely prioritize optimization over quality, right?
Yeah. 100%.
So we're like, I can tell you that in this next upcoming patch, we're definitely seeing optimization, but it's more on the back end, like game mechanics, you know, system, ping, etc. All those internal things. But as far as optimization as far as hardware still does need to be done, for sure.
I mean,
because I'll tell you, I'm right now in that 4K 60 boat. I can't reach the 60, low key. I'm like, hey. Foliage low, shadows off, and I'm like, I hit 59. Like,
get me in, bro. 59.
So
I mean,
I get it.
It's
just
also
a thing
like
that's gonna come.
A big thing with hardware optimization, right, is you need to have setups with that hardware to play on to optimize it for it. Like you can't just be like, this is optimized for Radeon graphics cards now, but I have never personally touched a Radeon graphics card in my rig. You can't do that. So like that's probably going to be a little bit more down the road when they're like, okay, we're going to build a dedicated little system that we're going to optimize on, switch out graphics cards, switch out processors, you know what I mean? Do what they can there. But I think like there are small things they can do, but a lot of these back-end system changes like add so much more optimization that you wouldn't think about when you're reading what it does. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking. I
Endgame,
figured, and that's what I wanted to see if that's what it was going to do. I mean, obviously, I know they're not working straight on the optimization side of it, but like the things that are changing, you know, if that's going to help the situation.
100%.
So, like, should I like? So now hearing this, I feel like I should reach out to my friend because he literally has been playing since like early patch because he knows it's his system. You know, and that's so he's not dogging on fault, but it's just like he's not able to enjoy it. So like, hey, give it a try. You know, and we did that. He tried it out when it first dropped. He's like, yeah, my system's not handling it, right? So then it's like, all right, well, they made some optimizations. Went back when they did make the optimizations. Like, hey man, they changed it. You'll see what it's like now. So we tried it. He's like, yeah, it's better, but it's still not handling it. So I was like, hey, try now.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest with you, it's going to improve the feel, but if there is a hardware limitation.
Right, it's gonna bottleneck.
Well, I can't say that this patch he's gonna see a huge change because it's more of those like if you're already in and playing, it's gonna feel smoother.
Right.
If you're struggling to getting to play, I can't promise that this is the update for that. You know
but
I mean?
I would imagine that it would, you know, like just the overall experience in that too, like would improve. Just with what they've, you know, with some of the teasers that they've shown and the things that they are going to change, like even little things that would just increase, you know, hey, even if it is, you know, kind of slow or lagging, you know, dude, I played the game on 30 frames per second,
right?
And I was like, just at the time, the fault and the game itself just made me, you know, just kind of just want to stick it through, you know,
right?
But
no, he plans on upgrading his system, you know, and it just he doesn't have the time or the money right now to do that.
That's understandable.
So as soon as that happens, like he's going to be all about wanting to play because he used to play Paragon all the time, so he's all about it, wanting to play. But
get him in, bro.
I want to hit a subject real quick that Plato's kind of hit. So we all remember when Fault first came on the scene. When we all first started playing Fault. As rough as it may have been, as rough as it may have been, we stuck around for the feel, the future, the hope, the communication, etc. Right?
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of us have made strides as far as content because of said moments, etc.
100%.
So, what do you guys think? Like, do you guys think that a lot of people are going to end up coming back? Because I'll tell you this. that feeling of, oh my God, like I'm so hopeful, you know, like, oh my God, this is going in a great direction. I have seen that feeling dwindling within the community. I've seen it dwindling within partners. I've seen it dwindling within, you know, like big figures that once played this game on a daily basis, and now they're like, yeah, I don't know. So we know that that's a thought that can change, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But with this upcoming update that's coming, I'll tell you, there's a lot that changes. The game is gonna, like, being somebody that's tried it and everything, it's definitely gonna feel smoother and whatnot. But my question to you guys is, do you guys think all the stuff mentioned in these weekly updates specifically, is that going to be enough to almost light that spark in the average gamer / content creator?
I think just from the weekly updates, because it's been so long, probably not. But word of mouth after the update comes out, what carries more weight.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think the weekly update has to be the fire that they think it's going to be. So then when we play it, we come back, we're like, oh my gosh, you got to get back here. Come back. I know you left for whatever reason, but come back. And
just try it.
That's just give it a try. Just try it out. Play a couple games with me and tell me you don't like it.
Yeah.
And then then that person's going to do the same thing. Like, dude, I know it. Cooch was telling me about it and I tried it and I'm loving it. You got to come back. That's what it has to happen. If that doesn't happen, then I agree. The weekly updates are not going to be enough.
So just as like
about to explode.
Yeah.
Oh, yo.
Can you see? He's like, I want to say something. I want to see like,
So what can I like? I would just for all the people that like. As with any game with a big update, when they say that, hey, this is supposed to be, you know, the biggest patch or content update, you know, that they've done to date, if you own the game, now's the time, you know, whether you're just getting back into it or just waiting for the patch. I mean, you know, there's only 3 weeks left in April, you know what I mean? So now would be the best time, you know, to reinstall it if you don't have it. If you have it, or if you don't have it, hey, $19.99, man, you know, $20 to try to get you in. It's the only, you know, one of the only games that you can currently play that can give you that Paragon vibe, you know, and, you know, whether you left because of bugs or left because of the play, like whatever the reason was, you know, it doesn't hurt to just reinstall the game and just hop in queue, bro, you know, and tune into someone's stream, man, and just see how they're doing. Or like a lot of people are just waiting for the patch, but the game right now is a lot of fun. Like I went to Tarkov and came back and I'm having a blast, you know. And
there's something like I just kind of want to stress that I stressed a lot early, like very early in the Discord when everyone was really first coming in and we had that big boom of people. Is like the community really right now is our marketing, is like such a key part to this whole project, right? Like almost all of our money has been funded by community or our personal pockets. You know what I mean? Or like you guys, everyone streaming, any single person that streams and makes videos about it, you guys are air quotes our marketing team right now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So like people, even if you don't want to reinstall and play because you're worried, watching people stream and videos and stuff are gonna either sell you or not sell you. You know what I mean? So do what you got to do, absorb whatever content you want, play the game yourself first, whatever you want to do. But I personally think that this update is very, very good for the game.
100%. Yeah,
I agree with that. It's just I get, like, you guys know me, like I have no shame in just coming out and be like, hey man, I don't like that shit. So at the end of the day, even though I'm confident that this is going to help with the future of the game, I low-key don't feel like this is it. Like that draws people in. That's just like, yo, this is the game for me. I don't see that it right now.
correct. Yeah.
I saw that it more within the first 6 months of Fault being created than I do now. Now, personally, I think that's more of an idea that's been dwindling because you saw more creativity towards the beginning because more bigger changes were being made. Now that all these tiny changes are being made and they have an end goal down the line, we might not see that same creative process, even though now we're seeing a little bit more as far as skins, a panda skin, etc. We've talked about the map and whatnot, but I do think it's important that they're going back to like the core, making sure that, hey, this needs to run smooth and, you know, be well before we can focus on the visual. But I am personally one of those individuals that I'm like, hey man, I'm that guy that went back to Destiny just because there was DLC. You feel me? I'm that guy. I'm that guy that went back to Teamfight Tactics because a new season dropped, new skins, new maps, etc. So I am that visual guy. I'm the guy that skins win games, low key.
Right.
Yeah. I got the skin. I win.
Yeah. Be like, yo, I don't even play Boris, but I got the panda skin. I'm winning. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it. I'm winning.
Now,
So,
I think like to that, it's one of those things where it may not be that for everybody, you know. So for a lot of the people that have played the game and are still playing the game regardless of no patch, you know, and are still, you know, enjoying it to even the mildest of extent, you know. Even when I get toxic, I low-key I enjoy that too, you know. I'm like, oh yeah, let that toxic play out a little bit, you know. And but for me, what would probably make the most impact is getting these new changes out, and then the map, the new changes, the map, and heroes, right? Heroes, because some people say, hey, I don't have a favorite character, man, from Paragon or something like that. And if you release more heroes and more, you know, maybe they make up some heroes and that draws, you know, its own attention to the game. I think having more heroes to choose from is one of those things that would add the biggest kind of chunk down the road, you know. But as they work towards that, it is something that I would say, hey, you know, it's, bro, I'm excited, man. I'm really excited, you know.
I think like also to that end, right, Windu, like we've also been playing this game for so long, right? Especially me and you have been playing since early alpha, right? So we've seen this game come through so much stuff, so many lulls, so many highs. At this point, like, because we've played the game and it's been out and stuff, like we're gonna get tired of it because it's not constantly changing in front of us. Like the weekly content from the monthly content from the pass, that helped with that. And now that it's over, a lot of people are gonna lose a little bit of interest, right? And this might not be enough to bring them back. But what this does do is allow, when we start pumping out more content like heroes, like skins, like another pass, that foundation isn't broken anymore.
Yeah.
So that house can be built. You know what I mean?
Essentials. Yeah, for sure.
A good house, man.
Yep.
That's what I was saying. Like, I agree. Go
it's
ahead.
not going to be that visual. It's not going to be that visual, like, I mean, there are going to be like the gameplay, how you visually see how the game's going to be played, how smooth it is, how you can just drop Gideon's rock and throw his, you know, the rift or whatever, you know, like however the names are.
Creating,
you know, you can do all those things all together. You know, that's going to be visually better, but it might not be. It's not going to be the what you were saying is the it, you know, for it. But I believe it's the it for it to happen. No, you have to have this to make that.
Like stepping stone update, like we said, it's a very, very good stepping stone for sure. Now, with that in mind, as far as community goes, like do you guys think that the average of the community is more performance based? Like they're more worried about, hey, core MOBA mechanics, balancing, etc. Or do you think the average of the community is just like, yo, my character, my skin, you know what I mean? Like it might be buggy, but I'm playing my dude. I'm happy. You know what I mean? Like,
if you release Wukong, Bucket just loses his mind, right?
right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, as far as drawing that line, how do you know where to draw it? Because, for example, a lot of us here know a lot of the decisions made in Fault are from the top down. as far as, for example, elo experience, etc., you know, balancing, whatnot. And you can definitely tell that this game is almost leaning more towards a competitive sort of game, as opposed to, you know, like, hey, we're here to just show people flashy skins. We're here to be Smite 3.0. You feel me? So,
but they said that from the very beginning, though, that they you know, aspire to be a you know,
no, a competitive
esports,
MOBA.
You know, competitive MOBA. You know, so that's kind of what they're going for anyway. So I would venture to say that's could be more of their lines could be drawn more towards that side and not really down the middle of that situation.
I could see it, but wouldn't that then provide almost like a bigger risk? Because let's be honest, let's even take League of Legends. How many people, what percentage of individuals in League of Legends actually follow the game for the nitty-gritty balance updates and everything? Or how many people play it just to play with friends with the skins that they want, have an amazing time, like, oh, we lost together, oh, we fucking rocked them, let's go,
we look good, baby.
yeah, like, you get me? Like, and that's the thing that a lot of these mobile creators struggle with. From the top down is a great way to look at it as far as esports, but that's why a lot of these teams, you know, bigger teams, have a dedicated section as far as, okay, so they're focused on the top down, but we're focused from the bottom up, because we realize from the bottom up is what pays our bills.
Right.
So what I think personally is that balance changes and stuff like that, and like major gameplay changes, are going to be top down. Art stuff, sure. like your skins and stuff, those are the stuff that's going to be catered towards your bottom, the general players, right?
The general community,
the general public.
And be mindful, when I say bottom players, I'm saying like legit, like just platinum all the way to the bottom. Bro. No. Like if you're plat, like you're a decent player, I'm still considering you. I'm still considering you, because like for me, top is like, hey, like they're taking advice from master level people or people that really know game design and shit like that. You know what I mean? And then the rest of the community, the other 99%, is what I mean from the bottom up.
Yeah. I think
let's be honest, we know it's a 99 to 1% ratio.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. But I think like the Vacation Severog is a very good example of the bottom up for like paid content.
I can see that.
Right? Because like that was a skin that everyone saw in the art vault in the Discord and loved, and was brought up like, hey, if we get around to it, do you guys want to see this skin? Everyone said yes, and now you're going to see the skin in game, right? Like those kind of skins, that's also like gauging public interest.
Right.
So you like Vacation Severog, well, maybe what if we do a whole vacation skin line for characters now? You know what I mean?
Blast. True.
That's the stuff I love, man.
So like that, I think those skins, the skins that we're seeing that aren't the master skins, is really showing us the how they're going to cater to those casual gamers that like just want to chill and like have really cool skins for the favorite hero. I think that is where we're going to see that.
Great segue. How do you guys feel about that Narbash gold skin?
Oh, get me in, bro.
Dude, his beard looks sick. Let me be real with you.
That whole
like, I like the silver one, but the gold one just hits different.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like when I looked at it, I'll be real. I thought two things. My first one, 100% honest, that's a little bit of a lazy reshade.
Okay.
My second one,
I can see it.
I love that gold.
Oh.
Like, you feel me? Like it's
that skull on the shoulder though. The teeth, the eye sockets.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like I can see the appealing side of it, but I can also see that it probably didn't take that long to do so. Just you know, hey, that good texture, let's just change it to gold. You know what I mean? So as far as turnaround for doing this to all the heroes, I'm excited.
Right.
Because that means it's going to be a much more efficient side, and it won't look too horrible. I think it's smart that they went for like a grayscale with shiny silver and shiny gold, because the contrast is there, and that's something that their previous skins have not had. So whoever's actually choosing these colors might have been like, this looks a little better. I like it.
Now, does it get you excited to see the master skin? because it gets me excited to see what like they've showed us
Build up
two.
to it.
That's about to say.
Yeah, silver,
think
gold.
back in-
What's the next one?
Yeah, back in Paragon, we only had Challenger and Master, right? But now we see gold and silver. But if this was the final tier, they would have said final.
Yeah,
Right.
It says second.
You know what I
stage.
Yeah,
mean?
it literally just says second stage.
Say
So
this ain't no
yeah.
master skin.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like,
So
I want to see like a full
Honestly?
like tier 3, tier 4 Master skin.
Just give me that next
Same.
Thursday. I'll be set. bro.
I was gonna say honestly, like you're asking me if I'm excited for the master skin. Quite frankly, oh, I see the Discord and the stream is lagging a little bit. Hold up.
Oh, you
But I'll be 100% honest. I am not excited for the master skin, and I'll explain why.
okay?
Because
Okay.
the skins that I've seen out of them, and again, this is thus far. This is not including the panda skin, dope, or the vacation Sephiroth skin. Those are dope, but let's be honest, those are unique scenarios. A master skin is gonna have a theme throughout, right? Because all the master skins are gonna have to tie in some way, right? Paragon did it with the magma skin. They can have their own little unique fault theme. But as far as themes, the only thing I can judge off is Season 0. In Season 0, the only entertaining skin that I saw that was like, that shit, it's fire, was Decker.
Decker, yeah.
Decker with the glowing staff and shit. I was like, that's a very well-made skin. You look at her closely, the tribal patterns on the side, I was like, that's a very, very good
staff,
skin.
bro.
Yeah,
The staff,
yeah.
bro. Yeah.
But I look at the rest of the lineup. Look at Grim. Okay. Lackluster.
His
Look
eyes
at-
still don't
look-
work.
Yeah, like look at Richter's. I forgot the name. His Frozone skin.
Appetite.
Yeah. Fucking the
Frozone.
hungry guy.
The,
Yeah, his
the only
Frozone
thing I have
skin.
to say,
It's fucking
the appetite
frozen.
skin, it was disappointing to me because I don't like that color, but I did like the fact that it has moving parts all the way through it.
So
I like
the
let me
yellow,
let me address that. If you guys notice, if you ever get a chance, go into Fault next time and look at this. The appetite skin actually had the moving elements all throughout his entire armor, and then they covered it with this random pattern that's almost the same identical color that hides the moving elements. It was almost like a blue magma skin, but then they hide it behind this pattern. It's so hard to see through the pattern because that pattern is everywhere. That's like saying, hey, look at my shiny paint job on my car through my scratches. What? And when I see little things like this, I'm like, hey, low key, I can see what they can I've seen what they can produce as even as far as new skins. I've seen skins that other people that, you know, the community hasn't seen. There's a huge potential. But as far as theme, I don't know that they have the artistic vision to create a unique theme that goes across the board that they can execute perfectly on every character. I don't know that they have that vision yet.
I think a big thing is that skin guy, the guy with all his Unreal textures. When we brought him in, like a lot of those like skins were like kind of already designed and made in what I would think. You know what I mean? Because we kind of brought him in late to the season pass.
True, because that was without him. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like the majority.
So
at
like,
least.
I think the appetite skin was checking to see if that technology will work, if we have it implemented correctly, if that nice flowing technology will work. And then I think I have good faith in him personally, because of the way his elements looked in his
password
onboarding thing.
Yeah, I mean,
like
the newer designs, even this Narbash skin that we're looking at, you get me?
Yeah. Like I think he himself has a very clear like capability to like know what he's doing in Unreal with these skins. So like that's what's getting me personally hype, and like that's why I really want to see what they do with like a tier 4 skin, a SMS tier 4 skin. Right.
A unique.
Once they get like any kind of model change.
Seen so far?
I mean, all the skins that we've seen are technically just a reskin. Even the ones that we've seen.
The Dark Heart Muragesh and the Chimera skin and the Kwong skin, those three are the ones that have like different changes. right?
T3s.
Because like Morgosh
No,
has
but
her hat's different.
What I'm saying is, like, you know, the T1 is just a reshade. A T2 is when a physical aspect changes, but the kits are not the same. Tier 3 is when the character model changes and the animations change with it.
Yeah.
Tier 4 is when you go even further and it's like, yo,
Arcana.
why the fuck does my Wukong look like a Donatello from the Ninja Turtles running down the road? It's because the entire model change. You get what I'm saying?
SMS, are you listening?
So
we've got tier 2 and tier 2 mostly.
Yeah,
tier
we
2.
got
Okay,
tier,
that's fine.
tier
I
2
just
at the
didn't.
best.
That was, I guess, that was the explanation.
Because
I was
even
looking for. I
Summer
didn't know
Flood,
what
even
the
Summer Fun Twin
differences were.
Blast doesn't have his working squirt guns. They're just normal shots.
He doesn't squirt water.
Working?
Yeah.
I know.
No,
I never played
They don't squirt water. They shoot bullets.
There's no animation difference.
Stop playing
But they-
Boris all the time.
But they did say they did say that they've got the technology to do that like a couple weekly updates ago. They said now we can functionally change animations and stuff. So like undertow Gideon's anchors instead of rocks and stuff
So
like
with the stepping stone that we mentioned, what they said was they've now set up the foundation that will allow them to do so. Not that they are there. You feel me?
Right.
So they, like, again, with a lot of the weekly updates, they're establishing a good stepping stone to get to that point where they want to get to. But it doesn't quite necessarily mean that they are there now.
Like with the next patch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's not going to be like
something
patch 13,
still
everything.
down the road.
Yeah.
We got it.
Yeah.
But
Now,
it is I'm very excited. Very excited.
I mean, those of us who have touched the patch, like, that's different, right?
so
Windu, I need you to do, when you edit this video, I need you to put a counter for every time he says very excited. All right.
Give me in, bro.
yeah.
You can see Plato's face light up. He's just like, yeah.
You saw me shake, man. I wish I could record my audio when I have certain, like, when I see certain things, you know, and just show like just the audio, not anything else. If someone has a clip of me laughing like Elmo or something, yeah.
Brash, it's so easy to do.
As long as you don't say that tickles.
I'm so done. Now, how do you guys actually feel about the audio that he threw your way?
I like it. Again, it's the same as the Raptor and Prime. When I heard that audio, I loved it. I fell in love. I played it multiple times. This one, I'm like, okay, it's good. I like it. I'm not like, I didn't want to play it multiple times. I was like, all right, it's good.
I mean,
Keep up the great work.
The large thing for me is just like range that you can hear these sounds, right? Like how close do I need to be the buff for the sound to pop up, to populate? Should I hear? I make sure I don't hear it from lane. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like them having spawning sounds is fine. Them having different unique sounds for hitting or whatever, that's fine. Dying, that's fine as long as they are contained to the area and not too loud.
I find it interesting because, like, in the last update, these sound effects were like just the blue buff, you know, the fire and stuff. But before, like the coins, bro, like you said, I replayed that over and over, like kind of over and over, hearing the money,
Like
and I'm
the
like,
gunshot
bro,
of the minions.
yeah, and I'm just like, I just imagine killing jungle Indians and hearing like just ear candy, bro, just like, you know.
So as far as the update goes, I can't tell you that audibly, it's a lot more immersive. Like when you consider all these things, like it was immersive to the point that it shocked me when I heard some shit. You feel me? Like one of those, like, I
agree.
The fuck was that? What the fuck did I just hear? Because like again, like they showed us like the raptor sounds or the prime pit spawning sounds, but it's very different to be in there. Or like, you know, we saw minions shooting, and I was very concerned. I'm like, hey man, if I'm hearing that shit 24/7 as loud as that clip, yo, I'm gonna shoot something. I promise.
It's like they play it max audio, but like almost hearing it is kind of like you're playing Modern Warfare, right? And you hear the gunshots in the background, or everything's kind of in proportion. You know, I think if done right, maybe the audio that we hear in the, you know, the SoundCloud clips and stuff, it's kind of raw to an extent, I would imagine.
Yeah, and like, that's what it is. Because there is a difference from a finished sample, which is as loud as it is, right? Let's say, for example, an artist singing in a song. There's a difference of how loud that clip is for when compared to when it goes into the mix, into the actual song, and the volumes get adjusted accordingly. So I'll go ahead and confirm the fact that the gunshots were not that fucking loud, right?
Yeah, the range of audio was not terrible at all.
No, yeah, like
it was with that episode we did. We talked about that. We were worried about hearing the coins too loud, or hearing the last hit of the minions too loud. And it's like, and I thought, I was like, well, I think what I thought it was is like, I think what we're doing is like, I brought it up in the video, was like Windu is like when you put that true audio when you're editing the video in DaVinci, you put it at that true audio, so it enhances it. It's louder, and I think that's what it is. It's like, so we can hear it here, we can understand what we're listening to, but when they meld everything together, it becomes a better audio.
I'll say a good example is when Twin Blast had his sound rework. How like his weapons were beefier. Now his weapon, like his grenades, like like it was more. Like it was more immersive as far as when it comes to it. And I'll say that all these sounds combined, it actually, the immersive factor definitely is getting like combined a ton.
Yeah, it'd probably be weird at first, hearing different noises, or hearing this. Or
oh yeah, you're gonna get scared shitless.
If you play on 100% spawn in duo lane,
if you're playing at 100%, you're literally gonna get scared shitless. Like you are gonna see random ass people just trying to be like looking around like, the fuck was that? Like somebody that hasn't read the update, like how they made, like how somebody that hasn't heard like the Orb Prime spawning sound or whatever. When you first hear that shit, again, low key, you're just gonna, it's almost off-putting, right? Like you just heard a gunshot outside your house or some shit like that. Like, it's like nice. Was that what I think it was? You feel me? But
you're gonna see me on stream, be like,
everything good? What happened?
No, as a whole immersiveness, like somebody that does play at 100%, I'll tell you that even when I was in there just checking shit out, it definitely came across as a very natural feel for any of those that are concerned. It definitely came across very natural. Even though it would, let's say like for example, when Raptor spawns, sounds that we have heard before that are coming, it didn't necessarily just sound like somebody threw an audio file randomly into my ear. You could definitely hear the fading in, the fading out, all the mixing was done appropriately. Like as far as audio terms go, echoes, reverbs, etc. It was actually done pretty well, to the point that it doesn't stand out whenever you're going. You definitely know it's there, you definitely know it happened, but it's not like a, hey, in your ear type of shit, Now, I'll tell you what, going from that, like the sounds that we've heard before from, for example, Raptor spawning, and going to hearing these blue buff sounds individually, again, personally, it seems lackluster. I understand why they showed before, they wanted to like, oh, check out these sounds we got. But I do kind of wish they would have shown me the buff sounds before the major sound. Because it's almost like, yo, check out my brand new whip. Oh, yo, did you see that I put like some dice hanging from the mirror?
Exactly. That's what I was getting to with the coins. Like the coins was so like, ooh. And then blue buff is...
It's okay. Like, it does its job, and it's not like we're going to hear it the entire time.
It definitely lends itself to being like an insect, like a fly, though. Like when you listen to it, you're like, okay, so now like it's more immersive that's a bug.
Right.
I'll appreciate
it definitely fits.
In-game.
It definitely fits. Yeah. And like, but it goes to what I was saying in the very beginning. They're running out of content to show us. Like the weekly updates are getting smaller. Last weekly update, the majority of it was what's going to happen after patch 13. Like it's getting smaller. Like patch 13. I mean, literally, and like, I mean, it's just evidence is showing that.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, you can tell that like either they're running out of content to show us, or they are holding a lot of content back for the dev stream.
Which we hope the latter.
Exactly.
We hope the latter.
Well, yeah.
Now,
I mean,
I have to ask now, I'm probably going to come across very harsh on this subject. So I'm actually gonna let you guys talk first. I want to hear your opinions on it.
Oh no, Windu don't like something.
Boris.
No. Fuck. Do you guys use self HP bars like on top of your character?
Nah.
I don't think I would, like in live game.
Like I know there's like the individuals that do. I know I'm not one of them.
But
right?
Bedrock, like Cooch over here, they'll probably use it.
Oh no, chill.
I would, you know, when the sad part is, I was gonna say yes. I would use it, just because the fact that it's easier
use
for
it
me
right
to
now?
see right there, looking at it. Like, do I right now? No, I mean, I just was at the bottom. It's at the bottom, right? That's where it's at. You held?
Yeah.
Yeah, currently.
But there is a setting right now,
I don't
like
even
on
know.
live build to like do it. It's just
there's a
it's not
setting.
very
It'll
good.
put it
Even though it
right
existed.
above.
It's
It'll put it right
literally
above your own
yeah,
character.
right here. It's where it puts it right here. instead
It
of on your
literally
shoulder.
it puts
Well,
your
then, no, I
health
wouldn't
bar
wanna
almost
do
in
it
the
there.
middle of the screen.
Yeah.
So then that messes up with my aiming, and I don't want to do that. So with this update, I think I would like that.
So it wouldn't mess with your aiming. To give you a perspective as far as range, imagine going from the bottom of the screen to the top of your icons. That distance, you feel me? Like it's not much, maybe like an eighth of the screen. That's how much above your character it'll be, and you might be maybe like 2.5 inches below your targeted reticle. So it's not in your way, but it's definitely there.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm standing in front of, like, it's there, right? And my point of this is, like, if I'm standing in front of Richter, right, and my bar is there, so now I don't see Richter do his motion to pull me, and I, like, because my bar was in the way, so now I didn't move, I didn't dodge, which it's easy to do with that 25% slow. So but I didn't see it move, so I'm now being pulled because my health bar was in the way and I didn't see the motion. Because
maybe
of where
I would
was
say a
standing.
better example is you're not gonna adequately see the minion health bars because your health bar is in the way, depending on the scenario.
There you
feel
go.
me?
That's another thing. Yeah. So the
Like-
way this is set up, I like this. And I would activate this because I'm
On the
Bedrock
side?
Elo, and that makes sense. So
I mean,
like
I would say like it's probably going to help a lot of players.
Right, having the preference or having like the option is definitely pretty neat. And I think if they do it correctly, you know, and kind of address those issues, I think it would be like I could see myself looking like it's just right there, you know, it's rather than just moving around and stuff like that. But like Cooch said, I wouldn't want it, you know, in the way or being able to like miss a last hit or an ability. So
Yep.
I would definitely, as for SMS, definitely take that into account.
now,
Now-
am I?
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I just said that
I'm-
I was surprised to hear you guys all say that you don't, like, you wouldn't use it or you don't use it, because like we're talking about saving time, we're talking about being competitive. Like, would that not be easier for your eye travel just to be like right there? That's my health, that's my mana. I know I can engage because I have mana, or I can't engage. I need it back because my mana. Like,
It would
it's not
100%,
travel.
but the difference
far as
is
that.
eye training, right?
Yeah.
Like I've played so long, looking down at my health bar every 3 seconds, that when you start putting that there, and I probably won't even look at it. You know what I mean?
I don't even look at my health bar most of the time.
Oh, I
No,
know
no,
that.
we
player.
know,
You just
we
hold
know.
W. It don't matter.
We know, yeah.
I have,
But-
but like in game, they have the kind of the warning for me.
Where you
The
get
red,
red.
the red low
Yeah.
health. Yeah.
And just
Right.
playing the game over time, like, okay, 10 minutes into a game, I'm this
Or you
tanky
can
because
hear
I
it.
have half my bear alarm. I just know, like, if a Gideon, like, I just kind of know how much damage I'm, like, you know, and that's just something over time. But the indicator for me when I'm like, oh, GTFO, you know, get out of here, is when they have the highlight around the side red. You know, that's
Right.
when I'm at like what 25.
Yeah, but that's just health though. Like, you don't know to not engage because your mana. Like, there's nothing that glows like, hey, you have no mana.
So-
Stop attacking.
Right.
You know, so that's what would be a good idea to have it there. And then obviously with the new thing that's coming up as well.
So my thing on it is, it literally just comes down to a pro and a con, right? The pro is easier way to see it. You don't have the eye travel, etc. But then the con of it is that's another health bar that's saturating your screen. And my thing is, and you know, for a lot of people it is also, that health bar now gets placed there, but the bottom one doesn't get eliminated. You now have 2 health bars on the screen. why do you need 2 health bars on the screen? You feel me?
I can tell you.
I mean, yeah, no, yeah, I'm sure you can
For
tell
me,
me,
brother.
But my personal thing on it is, whenever I'm playing, I look at the enemy health bars. Like, low key, I turn my ally health bars off. I love that feature. I need to look at my ally's health bar. I'll peek in the corner real quick. I don't give a fuck how much health you got. I care about how much health I got, how much health the enemy has. The only reason I might have ally health bars turned on is if I'm a support. Maybe. Because even then, yo, you're a carry, bro. You should know when to get the fuck out.
Right. True.
You feel me? I don't need to see your health bar. I need to see theirs. Help you with a kill. And if I see that they're about to attack you, I help you out. Your health bar is irrelevant if I do my job right.
Fair.
And it's pretty neat, like having, because you do see that, right? Like you at the top of the screen, you see like when your enemy, or not your enemies, your teammates have like their ultimate, or like you said, with their health and mana. Like I never realized that, and then now that you mentioned it,
I just look at top now. How do you guys feel about the side angle over your shoulder? Because I feel like that would be more confusing, considering it's more likely that somebody's going to be standing next to you as opposed to standing right where you are. Because currently, your health bar is right above your character. So you know, hey, this is my health bar. Get in the middle of a team fight with that health bar and tell me how much it's helping you out.
So
where's
that,
like off here?
Yeah, it's over here. Like, I think because of the third person perspective, I think you're almost like priced into putting it on that off shoulder, because even putting it above your head, it will look weird from the third person perspective, especially on larger
like
heroes.
It's covering the screen.
Right? Yeah, like you put Sevarog's thick ass on your screen, and then you got a health bar on top of his head. Like your whole screen is just Sevarog at that point.
Yeah,
right.
True.
So like you're kind of priced to put it over their shoulder, and as long as it's like made to where within a certain radius of like maybe like an enemy hero, right? Maybe that's what it is. It goes like semi-opaque or semi-translucent, whatever.
Yeah. Then
I think that's fine. As long as their head has that, you're going to be staring at your screen. Your eyes are going to notice your low health because of that. Whether or not like you're hard staring at your health bar or staring through your health bar. I
can see what you mean.
Yeah.
I think the health bar would kind of be nice towards the feet, no? Like Leagues has it underneath your character model, no?
Yeah, but that's like also because you're above, right?
It's a top down.
Yeah. Like it's at your feet. It's going to look terrible. There's no reason to have it there, because why not just look the extra 3 seconds? Not even to look down farther. You know what I mean? And that's also into your ability bar. Now I think that there's going to be. I personally want to see more customization with this. I want to be able to choose like which shoulder to have it on. You know what I mean? Have more range of area. Yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna call. You won't be able to for a while right now, because I just noticed 100%. Something thinking about it. And why? What they designed. Anybody's feel free to correct me wrong here. Look at the picture with Countess. What they designed is a specific grid to the left of the character. And that grid is exactly where that new health bar will go, where the buffs will go, where the shrines will go. Everything is designed to fill within there and appropriate. You feel me? Yep. Like whether it's something triggered in the game or something triggered in the menu, it's all just a section off to the side of your character. Now, if customization were enabled, that probably means it would have to detach that from where the buffs are, because it looks like, hey, that literally is going to sit right above your buffs, considering the new shrines and how far away from the character they are.
The buffs are on the opposite side, but yeah.
Well, shrine, but you get what I'm saying.
I'd want to see how it looks. Like I'm looking at it right now from the weekly update, and like, what is it gonna look as a Gideon when I have a Grux just on my shit, bro, just pulling me, and then I have maybe a Countess coming too. Like, how does it stand out with an enemy right in front of it,
like animations or some shit like that?
Yeah, with animations, like, is it still visible being off to the side?
It's also like, you also got to remember, like, I'm glad that you don't see like you see enemy health bars above their head, right? Because like you could definitely overlap their health bar with your health bar and in some fights in the situation. So like as long as it's tied correctly to like where your cursor is moving and stuff, I don't think you'll have that problem too often. But it's still like it might be an issue.
So
be interesting.
I don't think you'll have an issue seeing it, because here's my thing. If you scroll down and look at the Gideon one, you can clearly tell that there's a little bit of contrast to separate it from the background, right? You see one of the lightning bolts go right through it, and it's directly behind it. So it almost looks like it's a sticker in the foreground, more like.
Oh,
and everything's going on in the
with
background.
the black outline.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. Yeah.
So from there also, I do find it interesting that your name gets replaced with the status effect.
True.
Right? I know what my name is. I don't give a fuck. I don't know why the name is there. You feel me? I would much rather that not have a name at all, and the status effect shows up when needed.
I agree with that. Yeah,
You know
the
what?
name definitely is not needed in that situation.
You know what I want? I don't want my name. I want my health total. I want my numbers.
Imagine.
I could see that.
numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna put a health bar there, give me like at least like current number or current
With an
health.
option to get rid of the bottom one. Imagine minimalist.
Imagine.
You know what the your name's gonna do? Your name is going to spoil a lot of the Smurf accounts. You don't know who it is, so you're gonna be playing, and then there's like, you go watch. I don't care. Name a streamer's name, and you're watching them, and they're playing under this name. Like, oh,
True.
that's who that
It is gonna get a lot. All your Smurfs are gonna be exposed if they're not already
See how
looking at the
Windows not
menus.
happy. Windows like, fuck, I'm gonna get ruined.
Ball.
That is kind of funny though. But here's another thing too. Like I get it, and I like how, for example, I like it, but I don't know if I would need to see this. The fact that as soon as a root happens, we see the bar, the logo up top, and the word from the bottom going into the bar.
and
And the effect on the character.
you see that effect? Looks like
Yeah.
a little like shh. That's new, right?
It
So
looks nice.
I like the wording because you want to know like because
No,
the
yeah, I got
difference
you.
is
Not
between
everybody's
them.
gonna know,
I like,
yeah.
Right. I like the wording because it's all right. I know that if I am rooted, I can still move. I can still outmove, but I mean, I can swing and I can fight still or whatever. Right. Certain things you can and can't do with what is happening. I love the fact that it counts down, so like, all right, I can start moving now. You're not sitting there like, all right, how long is this taking? Like, I literally feel like it's done for a half a century. Let's move.
Yeah.
So I like that. My question for it though is, if you don't use this health bar and this situation, does that show up on the one below? Do you get that timer on that one below that you like so you know when that happens?
Great question.
Cannot
Great question.
confirm nor
Deny. Now,
I
one
think-
gripe that I have is, why is it that necessary for me to know what level I am the entire time? Why is
I
that
think
in
so,
the middle
yes.
of the screen?
100%. I think it is.
You think it's as
Yeah.
well, but so be mindful. This status bar here, whatever, is not eliminating the one that's currently at the bottom.
Right.
So
We-
I understand in the middle of a scenario more engaging, you need to know your health, you need to know your mana, the status effects. I get that, right? But in the middle of everything, is that level counter really that necessary? Because before you go into a fight, you easily could just look at the bottom left. Like, why the level counter? Because at that point, start throwing in how much favor you got. You get what I'm saying? Like, why is that necessary?
I think this whole feature to me screams your
New player.
lower elo non like super large in the game sense players, right? Which is fine. You know what I mean? They're not gonna look at their level before they go in. You know what I mean? So like, while this will help some of your higher tier players anyway, just because having it there just lessens eye fatigue, right? But at the same time, like, all of your needed information for any engagement you're going to be in is going to be right there. I can see my level. I can see the enemy level when I aim at them. I know,
see that.
oh shit, he's 3 levels higher than me. I need to get out without having to look down and take my eyes off the enemy character.
And that's a point, like, in itself. Like, why level is important. Like, why are you going to check your level? It's probably not the best idea. Fight someone who's higher level, depending on the engagement.
It might help force the game sense onto them, so to speak.
Exactly. It will help you realize, oh wait, this little nuance I now realize when I look at it, no matter what, you know what I mean?
So would that be under the assumption that this is probably going to be auto-enabled for every new player then? If it's the case?
I don't think it's going to be auto-enabled for every new player, but I do think that when they get the tutorial going, you will have like a section of the tutorial will say, so we had this self-health bar, do you want it on?
Right,
you know what I mean?
Helpful. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I think when you first load into 13, you're going to have to go in the settings and turn it on. But I think in the future, they're going to have onboarding saying, do you want this on? Yes or no? Click.
All right, now let's do this. Let's talk about that question mark, because I know for a fact Plato wasn't here for the previous conversation.
Whoa.
Yeah. I got to do a little something that I got to step off screen for a second. I'm going to let you guys talk about this. I'll come back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Wait.
Plato, so you saw last week's update, right?
Not gonna lie, brother.
All right. So last week's update,
Yes,
they
sir.
kind of showed it was a close up of something, and they said,
Yes,
"What do you
sir.
think this is?" And
Can I
we're
pull
looking
it up
at
real
it.
quick?
You go ahead, look up last week's update, and then
It
if
looked
you
like
already
a
have
chess
this week's,
piece.
it looked like a chess piece is what it looked like to us. It was what we talked about in last episode.
Chess.
Yeah.
Yep.
Am I supposed to think of guess what it is?
And that's what I mean.
You can. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, that's the game? Oh, kept me in, bro.
I mean, you do what you want, brother, man.
There were some people that were cheeky and thought that they had a leak, but I cannot confirm or deny that.
A leak. Whoa,
Yeah.
Chile, a leak.
If you scroll down, where was it? Yeah, it's question marks. Another question marks. Just above new hero hype. Just above Hobbs.
Oh, my bad, brother. Yeah, the question mark.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
there's two
that
question
chess-
marks.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then now there's one this week too, and they're showing you that, and we're trying to still kind of figure out who it was or who.
My question
what
is this the same hero? The same thing? Or are those two different things?
Let me Google Wraith
The
real
color scheme and kind of screens the same
Ooh,
thing.
Wraith's a good one. We didn't talk about
So-
Wraith last week. Wraith's a good one.
The color scheme
So-
screens the same thing, but
It is
the
on
chest. I don't know.
Okay, so here's my thing on it. I get the whole color scheme thing, right? But when you look at it versus last week, and for everybody that's watching, I'm actually going to have both examples up on the screen so we can actually compare the difference. So it's the same theme, but I can tell you right off rip, unless something was changed between the two pictures, when you look at it, there's definitely different. The shades are different. Because here's my thing.
Yeah, it's
Look
like
at
a blue
last
and then a
week's.
green.
Exactly,
Last week's
more of a
last week's
turquoise
green.
color.
This is more of a blue.
Yes.
Not
Now,
necessarily the
yeah.
not the ring
not the
itself,
glowing,
but the
but-
corners.
Exactly.
Scion.
The actual corners. Yep.
Yeah.
now you can notice in last week's, we actually went into detail talking about, hey, these look like armor pieces. You see mesh in the background, right? You can definitely, and we went on our speculating about that. But when you look at this new teaser, all we see now is armor, which is different shape, connecting to more armor, and we know it's more armor because when you look at the bottom half, there's vents still connected to that armor.
Right.
You see it? There's
Right.
vents connected there. There's vents on the there's flat armor surfaces on the left. Some sort of tubing could be an arm of the sorts.
Wait.
But
Oh, actually,
these are two very, very different designs.
I
Because
think the tubing gives it away. That's me personally.
You think the two are what?
I think the tubing gives it away.
with the two
Yeah.
little canisters right on
I
the.
think- I think that blue tube.
Yeah.
I'm 95% sure I know
That's
who
what
the
it
skin
is.
is, like what the skin is and where it's from.
Yeah.
Just from that.
I think 100%. Like looking at it, you have someone kind of just standing up. Like if it's not a new character, it would have to be like that. That almost reminds me of the Cyber Kwang blue, the Cyber
I can see
Kwang
that.
blue
The glow.
with that
Yeah.
energy. Like, look, they're kind of showing us, hey, like that effect, you know, that they were working on. Hey, look, this is kind of like a magma, you know.
So we're with that information, we're looking at a possibly a already character in the game, but gonna be their cyber version.
Like another cyber futuristic
theme that you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
Something.
So that would be an interesting theme for a new season.
Yeah.
Right.
You get me?
Definitely new season. Right.
Different than season 0, which had mortgage, you know, maybe with a new theme.
New heroes that were not shown love there, maybe.
Yeah.
Now
that
I will
go
say
along with that.
I will say
You
this.
just want Wraith.
A cyber Terra.
They definitely need more cohesiveness, and I hope
Yes.
they're listening to this piece, because in the last, let me just ask this: as everybody, we're gonna go around the round. Let's do Cooch, Arma, and then Plato. What was the theme for season 0? Cooch,
Aztec.
Arma,
Yeah, I'd say more like tribal people kind of theme.
Plato.
So, going off each of the skins, I got the tribal. Like I was kind of going with the tribal kind of like you know, you see what Decker's skin has. She has kind of the same print. Now, with some of those, like you were saying before, I can't say that I was like it was lackluster. You know, when I heard the Grux one, I was like, oh, bro, get me in on the Grux one. You know, but it is interesting because you still have kind of like those same the skins have the markings and stuff to kind of get the tribal feeling. My thing was with the Grim. The Grim kind of seemed, I get that how it fit in, but the Grim seemed like it stuck out a little bit with the Richter, right? With the like that tribal aspect, I would have imagined like maybe Richter with I can't say, you know, but just looking at them, if you kind of put them all together, those two would be the ones.
Yeah.
Grim would stand out the most because Richter at least has the same color. You know, he's the ocean. You know, he looks like the ocean. So
I mean, I'm just mad that Grimm's eyes don't work. Like, man, he's dead. He's dead eyes.
So here,
he had a voodoo mask or something that would have been tight, bro.
Let me blow your minds real quick. Okay,
Blow my
so
mind.
I'm pretty sure I know the exact theme, which is why I'm so disappointed that it was poorly executed.
Oh, you know the exact theme?
So, and here's the thing, and I'll break it down for you, and you're gonna be like, yo, that makes so much sense.
You're gonna tell us? You're gonna tell
Yeah.
us?
The
Tell us
exact,
the theme first.
listen. The theme was Lost Civilizations. Because we have Decker, very tribal, almost native Indian feathers all throughout.
I see it, yeah.
We have Gadget, Atlantean skin. You follow? We have
I forgot
Morgesh with a very Egyptian sort of head garment. But also, you know, she's a voodoo witch. Maybe she was like a witch doctor for the Egyptians, etc. You feel me?
Which my favorite one. Amazing.
So
the mortgage.
it makes sense because of the different variations that they would have gone for a Lost Civilization. Here's my critique and where they failed and where they should pick up next time. One, nobody knew the fucking theme. They look like random ass fucking skins. Like I asked 3 active individuals, partners, mods. Nobody fucking knew. You're expecting a random person that plays the game once a week to know? That's point 1. Point 2, not only have it named, but make sure it's cohesive. Like again, for me to embrace the theme, do more than one fucking change on the character that fits the theme. Like the Morga skin, I love the different colors and the headpiece. But let's be honest, if this was, let's say like a Mayan Morgesh, or if it was like an Egyptian Morgesh, you easily could have changed her weapon to fit the era. It's a fucking little dagger that she goes like that. You easily could have had like an Aztec dagger or an Egyptian dagger. Just something subtle. Change at least more than 1, 2 to 3 tops is what I would say. Something to give it more of a vibe. The reason why the Decker skin is probably one of the most favorite is because her staff glowed.
Yeah.
And there was feathers. 2 different things were changed. 2 different things were changed that even if the rest wasn't done, it's like, I like these changes. But let's take Grim, for example. What was changed on the Grim skin? Besides the reskin?
Yeah, it was
besides the shaders.
The pattern.
Yeah. That was a tier 1 skin, not a tier 2 skin. Let's just throw that out there, right? Let's say Gadget.
It looked nice, but
exactly, considering the situation and the theme. Gadget. T1, let's say, again, comparing. colors kind of match. I dug it. All right. So, but here's my thing. What about blue and purple scream Atlantean to you? You feel me?
I didn't pull the skin up.
And
Yeah,
that,
they're like,
and-
yeah, it's
and
like
that's
an exotic colors.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, as far as the execution goes, like, I like the fact that in Morgus they added a headpiece, right? I like the fact that in Decker they added the feathers and the glowing. Again, changing more than one thing. The glowing part is cool. It's an exclusive skin. It glows. People are gonna love that. Tell me this: why in the Grim skin? First of all, a snake skin is not a lost civilization. That does not fit the theme.
I would stand by what I said before I knew the theme. Yeah.
It does not. It does not. It does not fit the theme. You feel me?
No,
And
no, here's I have
Go
a
ahead.
question for you though.
Go ahead.
What if the little gremlin, right? What if he had like a flute instead of the fucking wheel?
Oh,
A
100%.
snake charmer.
Oh,
So it would be an awesome skin concept and an awesome skin, but it still would
wouldn't
not
fit the
fit the
theme.
theme. You feel
I
me?
understand.
maybe
Yep.
like maybe change Grim into a monkey and just slap a voodoo
Bro,
mask on
I'll
him.
give you
Slap a
an
voodoo
easy
mask on.
I'll give you an easy fucking reskin that would have fit the theme a million times better. You guys know the Rusted Grim?
Rusted? Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the Junkyard
that?
Grim, right?
Yeah.
Grab every single part that is
Oh, the paint.
what
Yeah.
every single part of the paint that is not rusted. Now turn that into, let's say, an older metal material. Let's say like silver, for example, or something, because that a rusted skin, like, let's say, imagine if they made Grim stone. It's a
Yeah,
stone fucking
stone,
robot.
bro.
A stone robot that's animated by magic, right? All they've changed is the textures. A stone robot that's animated by magic, and then on top of that, add a cool little change. Instead of he's shooting out of his gun, the motherfucker's shooting out of a tree trunk now. I don't fucking know.
my God.
A stone Grim with a tree trunk, but that's the whole point of the concept. It's lost civilizations are often speculated to have these
stone
mythical
Grim.
powers or abilities that were unexplained. How did they build, the pyramids, or how Atlanteans survived underwater? There's a lot that could have been implemented here, realistically. Because when you see a stone Grim with a tree log as his weapon and it's shooting, it makes zero sense. But it's powered by that magic dude that's behind him. It's not supposed to make sense, bro.
Right, but
It's
it's
magic.
cool, bro. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
Gru, I'm Gru.
Exactly. So, yeah, go ahead.
In defense of the Grim skin, and it's only a slight
Yeah.
defense, the
Okay,
actual
okay.
Gremlin. I mean, it's only on the concept. I haven't pulled the game up, so I don't have the actual in-game skin. But the actual little
Don't get
Gremlin
me
guy.
started on concept versus end result, but go ahead.
Oh, I know you hate the skin. We've went over this multiple episodes already. So,
Yeah, I
but
know.
the headdress on the Gremlin actually has like an Aztecian or a whatever lost civilization like look to it. So it's not just Grim himself. There are other things added to it.
The gremlin does have that in the game, but it's not the focal point.
Yeah.
So
You feel me? That's
It is, like I said, it's a nice skin. I like it. I rock the skin, but lost civilization. You say that stone
I get it.
Grim,
Yeah, no,
I'm
I
like,
get it.
"Ooh."
I'm on your side. I definitely agree with what you said, Plato. Those two don't fit very well in the situation with
Yeah.
how it goes. I agree.
One thing
and
I
I
do
think
want to
that's
say.
why they didn't announce the theme. Because if you were to say lost civilization, everybody else would be like, how does a snake fit in there?
Well,
that's
snakes
where
on an
you
island.
really have to look at the Gremlin. You'd
Bro,
have to look at
I have a
you know,
snake today.
Right.
My girl has
You don't
a
have
snake.
you don't have a Gremlin wearing an Aztec headdress. That's the difference.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, the thing, like, one thing I just want to say for like the audience, right? They did say that it was going to be tier 1 and tier 2 skins. However, fitting the theme is very important. So I can fully understand where you're coming from. I just want you guys, everyone who's listening, to just remember that you're not going to get tier 3 skins here 95% of the time, if not 100% of the time. You're going to get ones that are going to be tier 1s. They're going to be lackluster, but as long as they fit the theme, that's important. There wasn't really a theme here that felt like it applied to all skins. So
So I do want to actually vibe off of that. because it's a good point. Tier 1, Tier 2, they're not meant to be the most extravagant skins in the past. Maybe tops have one of those in the past towards the
exactly,
end.
yeah.
But I do think every individual skin should be worth getting the pass. Example, Decker. Decker's a good reason to get the pass. It glowed, it had feathers, there was something unique about it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Continue forward. When I look at the Amethyst skin, Appetite skin on Richter. Yeah, when I look at the Appetite skin on Richter, I don't look at that and say, I'm glad I got the pack. You get me? Like, it's cool, I got it. But what are the differences that can change that opinion? If it's something as simple as a reskin or a recolor, Decker is the perfect example. Have a nice theme that flows in the character, and then have one little area pop. Even if they didn't add the feathers, if the inside of that staff glowed and the rest of the skin was the same way, it's literally just a reskin, a reshade, that skin would have been fire.
That
Fucking fire, because her staff glows, the energy, exactly. And that's something that I'll give you an example. Grux. They missed the mark. Grux, if you can think of the Lost Civilization thing, Grux is supposed to be, again, this almost like tribal warlord, sacrifice people covered in blood theme they try to go for, right? Kind of makes sense. He's got the red on him. His garments are also red, kind of a little bit of synergy. Where I think they missed the mark is the colors that they actually went for, because they went for like this kind of like opaque
pastel colors.
Yeah, like this opaque teal sort of deal that they went for, when low-key, tell me this wouldn't have been fire. Black Grux, white tribal paint, blood everywhere.
Kind of like an ash, like covered in ash or something like that. Yeah,
you did not change anything in the skin, but the colors gave the theme across more. You look at that Grux skin now, what does it scream to you? Like, if you look at it, you're like, yeah, I can clearly tell.
Not gonna lie to you, I never looked at it.
No, take what your idea would do with the Lord of the Rings, the guys with the big swords in Lord of the Rings. I love that white war
the
paint.
Yoda guy.
Yeah,
That would have been a perfect little tie-in. You know, I would not saying tying with Lord of the Rings, but something similar to that. Like, I see what you're saying, like a darker
paint, yeah.
skin.
Draw inspiration from.
Yeah.
Or you could we already have a pale Grux. Low key, I don't think many people realize that's a God of War Grux. People don't realize that.
Yeah, 100% Kratos.
That's why I use it. That's what I'm saying.
That's what.
Kratos,
But imagine, grab that exact same skin, but instead of like the pasty white, right? You can literally just have a normal Grux skin color, heavy contrast on the war paint. How many war movies or shows have we seen where the only thing they add to their natural skin is black?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or like black, right? So imagine a Grux skin with some heavy black paint all over. Like, this is my war paint. And then the blood elements that are naturally there. Again, they don't have to even change the skin. They just reshading shit they already have. You get me? And that's where I'm like, hey, I almost question it, and I do feel that these were a lot of the changes before the new guy came in, right? This was all done beforehand. But if those individuals that made those decisions are the same individuals that are in control of what the new guy does, how much creative freedom is he gonna have? You understand where I'm coming from?
I get exactly where you're coming from, but I think he's gonna have the ability to show what he does, and that's gonna help persuade them to trust in him to do what he wants to do.
Dude, I hope to God this new guy literally, like, if they tell him, it's like, all right, we want this type of vibe for this, and etc. I hope this new guy has the balls to just straight up be like, I think that's a stupid idea. I think this will fit much better.
Panda. He gave us a concept of a panda, bro. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted,
It's
bro.
Poe, bro. It's fucking Poe.
It's
all it
Poe,
is.
yes.
Hey, low key, it is. Low key.
Yeah.
But you get
But
me?
like, with those
Like-
updates, just like you're saying, I need badass skins, bro. I need skins that I'm like, bro, let me drop 25 35, bro.
Skins
Like
worth.
Dota 2
Yeah.
has Arcanas that I've dropped priceless. Like I racked up almost $2,000 in Dota 2 skins. Like that's people love that stuff.
I was
You know
about
what
to
I
say,
mean?
man.
And in a third-party MOBA where it's like you're
You showed us
literally,
it off.
yeah, you're looking right at it, bro. Whether you're looking at the back of the, you know, whatever you're looking at, bro. As long as it's like just badass, it's
Yeah,
You
it's
just brought
also
up a good
important.
point
Like,
too.
yeah,
Go
it's
ahead,
also
Armin,
important
I'll
to
bring
remember
it
like, your back is towards the player and your front is towards the enemy. So like you need to make sure that
The front-
360 flex is there. You know what I mean?
Yes. Like again, I hate the Grim. I'm sorry, but
I knew
Tell
it.
me-
I knew that's what he
tell
was
me
bringing up.
why. They're like, hey, let's add these shaders that are lackluster. Quite frankly, they could have been a little bit better in the front that the enemy can see, and then in the back, I got a normal ass fucking Grim. You telling me somebody paid money just to look at the back of a Grim that's only slightly different? This motherfucker got a tan? Come on.
He's still a freak.
it's still a fish.
Like, and I agree with you. Make sure that the flex is around, and with that specific mind in consideration, the front is the flex, the back is what I see. The only time I see the front is in the loading screen or in the
True.
menu. You get
Or
me?
emoting you can.
Or emoting, yeah.
I only know
But-
that, yeah.
Yeah, but even
Use their
even
info.
then,
Whatever.
even then, make sure that it's a good unison around, right?
Yeah,
On the-
cohesive.
on-
Yeah.
Yeah, on the cohesiveness, excuse me, yeah. So on the appetite skin, I don't know if you guys actually knew this, but you look in between the armored with the armor with the patterns, you can clearly see armor with only the glowing. If you look like right under his armpit, it'll show like just pure glowing right here. And you look at stuff like that and like, that looks fucking fire. The way that that moves, the way that that looks, even the color, that looks fire. Why the fuck is his entire body covered by this random ass pattern? Like who, because you got to be mindful. Any sort of art is layers. Who did the first layer and said, that looks dope as fuck? Let me add something. What? And then
Oh, hey,
who
YouTube.
looked at the two and then said, yeah, that's the one I like. Yeah. That gives it a lost civilization. Look, yeah, that's the one. Let me share it. I don't like it. It's okay. What you say is kind of so anyway. Yeah. Like, you get me? Like,
Oh, this is the skin episode. I see.
well, it's just, no. It's just the fact that they're teasing new concepts. You know, the new teasers and shit. It looks cool, right? It generally looks like a specific theme, or maybe it's just one skin, different areas that they're sharing. Who knows? But at the end of the day, I like the cohesiveness of every skin, or the front of the skin, the back of the skin, whether it be individually or within a theme. There has to be some sort of synergy, right?
100%.
Like even if you look at the individual skin, I promise you, each one of us can go through this season 0 skins and point something out that we wish would have been better. That would not have taken a lot of work. Whether it was color, whether it was the design, whether it was a texture. So with, for example, Sevarog skin, like the Sevarog vacation skin coming up, we talked about this before, Cooch.
Right.
I don't know if Armo was there for that one actually, but with Sevarog vacation skin coming up, right? It was just the OCD inside of me that I realized. I'm like,
I remember.
Are you
I
talking
was-
about the spikes? Are you talking
well,
about the spikes?
no. Like I looked at
Oh.
Sevarog and I'm like,
Yeah.
so can I just say I can definitely tell that nobody that plays golf even had a little touch in the skin.
Oh my God.
Like, and I'm sorry to be that guy. Like, it's a dope skin. But that's like saying an NBA
My man got
skin
the
made
wrong
by
clubs, my guy.
right, like it's an NBA skin made by guys that never played basketball. For
He
example,
got the wrong
right?
clubs.
It's
bro.
like, okay, so I see my man has 3 drivers, and then he's got like 2 irons in there, like maybe like a 3 iron or like a 5 iron or whatever. But it's just like, where was this bitch playing golf?
Dude,
like,
he's
was
just
he-
going
Dude,
driving.
yeah,
range.
was
he's not,
he?
He's not
That's what.
playing 9 holes.
But then,
Top Golf, all right.
but then
that's it.
again, argument. If he's at Topgolf, if he's only at an arguing range, at a driving range, why is there like 2 irons in the back of his club? You feel me? Like if you're going to a driving range, you bring your. It's either give him a full set of clubs or just give him
he
the
was
clubs that he's gonna
flexing.
use. Now
was
it would
flexing
be
what he could do with an
smarter.
iron.
Let me blow your mind. His shoulders already always grow. It would be smarter if they remove those extra clubs, leave only drivers in there, because there are a wide, anybody that plays golf, there's a wide variety of drivers when it comes down to it. Different brands, designs, etc., whatever, and sizes. You can make it so Severog starts off with a little baby driver for short distances.
Putter.
Well, no. What I'm saying is to keep it with a cohesive theme, with a baby driver. As soon as his shoulders grow, oh look, his driver's a little bit bigger now. You can tell. By the time huge stacks are around, this motherfucker's waving almost a hammer of a driver.
He's got a mallet.
Yeah. But you get what I'm saying? That would be more cohesiveness, and that's my thing on it too. Like, I'm very cautious. Like, for example, if we get a new cyber skins are a little bit more liberal. You feel me? A little bit more free. You could throw in there fucking random cyber quang visor and be like, I guess it fits. I don't know what the future looks like, right?
True.
That's a lot more freedom. But we're not only gonna get futuristic skins, and we see examples of those. Of what happened in the previous season 0 skins. The fact that like they had a theme, tried to execute it, and I almost feel like even just having one other person in there as consulting, would have literally just made the difference, right? Like, low-key, if you're making an ancient, like a Lost Civilization theme, yo, who do you know that's good with history and Lost Civilizations and shit? Show them this. Does this remind you of Atlantis? No. Okay, that's problem number one.
Yeah, I see where you're going with it. Yeah.
You get me? That's problem number one. If an average person that does not know the game can't relate it to Atlantis, what makes you think the players are going to relate it? And that's the person that knows Atlantis. You feel me? Are you expecting us to say, that's Atlantis? I can tell, because the word says Atlantis. Yeah. Like, it's like, and again, it's something as simple as asking somebody, like, you feel me?
Right.
Like, as far as the golf one, asking somebody that played golf a simple question would have easily solved a little, like, oh, let's tweak that a little bit. I see what you're saying. Let's at least make sure that instead of 4 random clubs out there, let's just make it 5 so he has a range. Homeboy doesn't even have a putter. You feel me?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, at least give it some range.
Hole in one, baby.
See, he's not even worried about making the hole, though. You know what I mean? He just wants to hit them as hard as he can. You know what I mean?
So if that's the case, why doesn't he only have drivers?
Yeah, I understand.
Like, again, a simple question of asking a reputable source within that field, right? Like, if we get a sport, or like, low key, they could give us. Listen here.
Cool.
They could give us a football greystone covered in football pads with a helmet. Listen. No. This motherfucker could be swinging around a huge ass foam finger if we wanted to.
The field goal post, my guy.
Bro, but that's what I'm saying. They, again, if they come up with a football greystone, for example, are they going to throw in random shit that they think might look cool? Are they going to ram it by anybody that actually loves football and be like, you know what? This might be a better example. Or be like, you know what? Actually,
talk to me.
if I were you, to be honest, bro, I don't know if you knew this, but football pads don't reach your belly button like that. That's not how that goes. You feel me?
Nah, they right here, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm talking about like at best,
bro. Yeah.
At best. So that's what I'm saying. Like, are they like? I would advise them that before they actually finalize a skin, or maybe just in the initial concepts of it, run the concept by somebody that has a little bit more knowledge within that field. Because even though I'm being hypercritical, and you guys got to be mindful, the average consumer that is spending 10 to 20, like anywhere from $5, $10, $15, $20 will also be hypercritical. They're also going to notice things because they buy shit. You feel me?
Yeah,
so it's a lot easier to be subjective. Like, for example, like as a partner, I have every skin in the game. It's a lot easier to be subjective, but like my point of view that I try to take is not the, hey, freeze for me. It's one of those like, yo, if I paid $7.50 for this skin, would I be happy?
Yeah.
Right.
You get me?
And I get your point. I get exactly what you're saying, and the consulting side of it is would be a better situation. 100% agree with you, and I think that is going to happen as the team grows. Did they make the mistake earlier? You know, I agree. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it doesn't make sense, you know, with that situation. But I think now that we have the skin guy here, right? He's able now. The people who were the skin guy and the art guy, Art Bang and Jay Offlane, can consult together now and really come together with what's going on, and then they can show it to whoever and be like, "Hey, this is what we came up with." And like, "All right," and then somebody's like, "That doesn't look right," and then we can figure it out.
Take that
as the team grows.
But that's where my issue is, because in every company there's a hierarchy. There's somebody that has the last word, right? And for example, a good example would be our boy Ryan. It's very clear. It's very clear to see over the months, let's say over the past year, how Ryan has taken more charge of certain areas and how more has been done. For example, as far as community management, etc. Right?
Right.
Like there are certain positions that, yes. Oh, hold on, my shit just cut out. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you just fine.
So
it looks great.
So there are certain positions that, of course, there has to be a final say, right? Always. But I don't think that just because the project leaders are coders, that they should have the final say on a visual aspect, for example. You get me?
Leave that for the art guys,
like,
man.
If this is your main, if this is your main art team and your main skin creator, let them figure it out. You feel me? Like, I understand there's opinions and shit, but I'll be honest with you. If you told me that somebody else that wasn't in the art department, I'll just say, you know, Ryan's name, for example, he's not the one that does it, by the way. But let's say if I told you Ryan is the one that had the final say on skins. My first statement would be, what the fuck does Ryan know about skins?
All right, let me just point this out real quick. I wasn't saying for somebody to have a final say. I was more of them saying, showing them to show, like getting another person. No, because yes, they've been working on it. Like, all right, this is what we did. Now I just want to show you this is what we came up with. Like, what, you know, let me just have look at it. Like, all right, I see that. Oh, hold up, but now did you guys notice this when you did that? And like, didn't. Thank you. Back.
No, I get you. Here. And me saying it isn't like a rebuttal to your statement. It's more like building off of it. It's because I know for a fact that this is how Strange Matter works. They like to keep the cards close. And for example, the higher up in power they are within the company, the more executive decisions they make, right? That's pretty natural with a company, specifically a starting company. You try to keep as much control as possible within your hands. It's very hard to relinquish that control and trust somebody unless they've proven themselves. But I quite frankly would be 100% okay with the two artists and the guy that creates a skin to have full creative freedom, ask the community, etc., go amongst themselves. Maybe they can consult other individuals. Hey, does this basketball skin look pretty good to you? Does it look accurate? You know what I mean? Like, have that be an art department thing. But I know for a fact, and this is just business-wise, somebody that was hired 4 months ago is not going to have that creative freedom within a company. That's just the way it works. If any of us hire somebody within the last 6 months, this motherfucker ain't making executive decisions for my company. I don't know him.
You gotta see what he can do,
Yeah, like, that's just how it goes. But I'm very afraid of the result or the leap, because let's say he comes up with a cool theme, right? Let's say in the mastery skins, after gold, now there's gonna be this dope-ass steampunk skin that every character is gonna get. Imagine the new art guy says, I think steampunk is the way to go, and I can prove to you I can make it dope. But then somebody above him says, nah, bro, I think we should just stick with the recoloring. I think that'll be better.
Cut the check, bro. Get him out.
Get him out, bro.
And you get what I'm saying? We can hope, we can wish, but an artist needs the freedom to do their thing, their style, their flair. You want somebody with a different flair? Hire somebody else. Now you have two people with two flares. But that's the way that it works in the art world. One of the worst things possible is to get an artist in any field tell them what to do. They don't feel comfortable with it, but that's what the boss said.
Right. You want them to have like that creative freedom, like saying, like, dude, I can only imagine the art guys like wanting to put out dope content, dope skins. Like, who made that skin? Oh yeah, Art Bang. Like the panda skin. I know Art Bang because of the panda skin. Like I'm always like, yeah, man, that's Panda Guy. Because it's so cool, like to have them want to like. I don't know. I'd imagine that from that art department, that's their goal, like, and the higher ups should say, hey, I need to make sure that this skin is like everybody that sees this. Yeah, like give them that freedom and just let the bird fly and just hope for the best, bro.
Now, how do you feel about the fact that the art guys do their thing? They produce content like crazy. There's a lot of concepts in the vault. Whether it be the Discord vault or their personal area, right? A lot of concepts that they could easily be like, yo, this is fucking mind-blowing. But the only ones the community gets to see, the only ones the community gets, are chosen by the uppers. And then those chosen by the uppers then get shown to the community. For example, the Richter skin is like, what do you guys think about this? Should we do something with it? But then the question is, out of 50 pictures, why did you show me that specific Richter one?
True. Probably
I think it would be better if somewhere on their website, these artists could throw up all their different contests. Have a simple upvote, downvote like a Reddit. And then from there, all out of 50 concepts, these 5 have the most votes. Now we know how to proceed, guys.
And I can see it from there, like just like with the Severog Golf skin, like you were saying that came from the alt vault. But dude, I can only imagine, like, hey, imagine having the community vote on a skin, and then like, oh wow, this many people are gonna get that skin because everybody's hyped for it.
That's the one that the community wants.
Yeah, or you're able to say like, hey, take some feedback and change this or that, like just what you were saying with the tribal skins. Say, hey, this little feature, and it's not that they have to listen to everybody, but it's to kind of get just
It'll
make
open
the
the door for
community
feedback,
feel like a little involved, and skins, bro. You take my money.
I'm all about the voting process. Like the way we did the Vacation Severog, the way we did the Richter skin. I'm all about the voting process to see how the community feels about it. But I don't think it's a good idea for either Jay or Art Bang or the other guy that I feel bad. The 3 guys we're talking about, we know 2 of them. We don't know their guy's name. If we knew his name, we was sitting here like just keep on giving them plugs. But
like to
I don't
show
think it's a good idea for them to put their content out there like that, because I think that is like the way you said, the way SMS is they like to keep their stuff close to their chest, their vest. And like I think if they were to like, here we go, this is like, so like now it's like all right, this is a new skin, I saw that on the website, that's not very exciting to me. It kind of takes away from that excitement from there.
Yeah.
A higher risk would be if they decide to post on there, for example, like all their skins, and maybe it just wasn't highly voted, but then another game stole the concept. You get me? So I do see the different sides of the coin. So it might not necessarily be the best of the ideas, but I will say I am extremely against their current voting. Like for example, I'm gonna show you a skin. Tell me if you like it or not.
Oh, bro,
because that's like me saying, hey, you think this guy should be president?
Me a skin, bro?
Well, no, I'm saying like
you got me fucking hype, bro. Shit.
Dude, I get people all the time. But like for example, that's like saying, hey, this guy, what do you think about this guy being president? No other options. Just a simple yes or no. And again, any voting that only has one option, and by the option I mean like as an outcome, as not a simple yes or no, isn't proper voting. I would prefer if they give us 2 skin concepts, let us choose which one they prefer. That is a choice. You feel me? Because whether I like the skin, yeah, I like the Richter skin. Do I want to see that Richter skin, or do I want to see the Severog skin first? That's a better choice that I'd be more interested in making.
Oh, give me that Richter skin, 100%, bro.
I don't see your point. I understand. Mm-hmm. I understand the comparing 2 things, but like the whole thing with the Vacation Severog, the question was, would you like to see more skins like this? That is the question. You know, it's not, hey, do you like the skin? Yes or no. Would you like to see more skins like this? Then you start thinking of then you start playing in your mind, man, what would a vacation Murdock look like? Man, what would a vacation, Morgesh look like? You know, then you're like, yes, I do want to see this. Then you start, you upvote it or you downvote it. You're like, fuck no, I don't want to see no golf club fucking Sevrog. Why would I care? You know, like then there's that situation, and then it's the other same thing with the with Richter one.
See, but
what was the name of that one? What was the name of the Richter? That's the
Centurion
the
or
tough
some
skin.
shit like
It's
that.
a tough skin.
There you go.
Yeah, so there's a tough skin. It's like, would you like to see more skins like this?
I think
Yes.
I think it's I don't like the fact that's called voting. To me that's feedback on this skin concept.
Yeah.
Voting is when you have multiple choices and tell me, like, vote on which ones of these different
You have
characters.
choices, yes or no.
No,
choices.
But no,
but that's like saying your choice is vote for him or don't vote. You get me?
Yeah.
No,
that's not a proper vote.
But the thing is, that is a proper vote. If you don't vote, guess what? If everybody who voted yes, if everybody who votes is a yes, then it's going to be 100% yes. If you don't vote and you meant no, then you didn't vote. Like, that's the whole point.
But
like,
here's the thing: at the end of the day, even if you don't vote, that choice is still made because like it's like 100% of the people said yes, or let's say like 75% said yes, 30% said no. Let's be honest: the average person that doesn't like something doesn't even take the time to vote. I don't like it. Scroll.
That's it. Keep moving.
The one, low key, the ones that take time to vote no, to go into the website, click no, leave feedback, are the very, very small amount of individuals that are heard the loudest throughout every game and every subject.
Right.
You feel me?
I agree. So what you're hearing here on this episode is, if you don't like it, fucking vote no on it. Tell them. Tell everybody how you feel.
But you brought up a good point. That when they say the theme, that is almost like begging the question. Is like, you want to see more skins like this, vacation themed? So I want to say yes, but I want to say no. You get me? I don't like that. I don't like that fucking skin, but yeah, like I want to see a Countess vacation skin, or I want to see a Murdock vacation skin. You're by convoluting the subject, by generalizing it, you're affecting what the people are getting in the voting process. Again, it's like saying, so would you vote for somebody like this? I'm not giving you other options. But if you tell me no, now all vacations, like, you feel me? Even a little bit more detail is like, would you like more skins within this theme, or would you like this specific skin? Like, again, more options, even within that fucking little ass poll that they have. Just adding another question in there is like, do you like this skin in particular? Do you want to see more skins within this theme? That would be better feedback, because we all know, as far as collecting data, the more data, the better. The more you can make an assessment based off of what you collect. If you ask one generalized question, what the fuck are you finding out? Are you finding out if they want the theme, if they want that specific skin? You feel me?
No, I definitely agree on that. I 100% agree with that situation. Like, you know, with their little poll, you know, add more to the poll. You know, it's not that, you know, add a couple more questions to what is that, a Google document, whatever it is that, you know, they poll they do. You know, add one more question, a couple more questions to it, you know, for us to answer, and move on from there. We lost your camera window.
No, you're good. You're good.
I saw the window.
You're good. The stream can still see it. I just shut off the multiple cams just because it was lagging a little bit. But
gotcha. All right.
So yeah, I mean,
I definitely agree with you.
Just to wrap up, I was gonna say, just to wrap up in general, we gave a shit ton of feedback throughout this one.
Yeah, we did.
And
good episode, man. I like this. Thanks for having me.
Oh, for sure, man. And it's definitely one of those things that, of course, we're all gonna have varying opinions when it comes down to it, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Like,
100%.
That's why I wanted the panel when you know, came up with the idea.
But imagine us being able to talk like civil adults.
This ain't Gen Chat, dude. Come on, man.
Yeah.
oh man.
Oh man.
Shots.
I can't say nothing. What the heck?
Shots.
It's
So-
fire, boys.
So I'll say this: I'm excited for the post, for the update, right?
Definitely.
The update is coming soon. We already know, they confirmed April. It's coming soon. But I think, as a general conclusion that I'm hearing from everybody, and including myself, is that we think this is a good stepping stone of an update. We want more for the future. We're excited for the future, but they need to tread carefully because it's very easy to, you know, fall off the rails if you go too fast. You get me?
Oh yeah.
Different
100%.
priorities, yeah.
And that applies for everything, even the details in the skin. That applies as far as communicating with the community, everything. We know that if you go too fast, the train will derail. So sometimes it's better to just, hey, kick it down a gear, gather your resources, your information, get a proper assessment, then let's continue. Because realistically, even though changes can be made down the road, in a lot of these individuals' minds, changes are permanent in their mind. Like, oh, I don't like what the hell they did with the shrines. Fuck it, I'm not playing that game again. Because they think it might be something permanent, you get me? So I don't think the struggle is going to be to educate the community that nothing is permanent. You know what I mean? Because I don't think that sends a good message either. I think that it comes down more to them making wiser choices, maybe even at the current pace that they're making, because it looks like they're in a good direction, or maybe a little bit slower before starting to work on something is what I would say. Because they
more
do,
planning in the
like a more brainstorming, a larger time frame of brainstorming, because we all know that Strange Matters is no shy group to implementing something and then be like, oh, maybe that wasn't the best choice. For example, the speeding out of your fucking core at the speed of light and being able to run circles for 15 seconds and shit. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Oh, those the minions they came out with, there's like the what is that?
Leave
the
the super minions alone.
The fucking beef ass minions with 4K.
No, not even the beef ass minions. The one was like there was that concept to where like it didn't implement right. I don't know what it was. Some minions. If you started to win, then the minions would actually benefit you or something like that. Like,
well, I mean that's still in the game. It just got bugged.
But they took it out. They
it's like a bug.
Yeah, that's like hold up, like nope.
When it first came out, oh god,
it's like we're like yep.
They broke minion pathing, and we're like, oh, wait a minute.
So again, that's one of those. That's just one of the many of those examples of running before walking. And we get it. Excited, you want to show people, and it's not even about the testing. It's even like if you sat there and brainstormed that idea for a full month, is it really a smart idea to bolt out of your core with like 300% movement speed for 15 seconds?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You get me?
No, I get exactly what you're saying. And in SMS's defense, I think that's really what we did after what they've done now.
It's gotten better.
They literally we were pumping out heroes. Like, here we go, here's a hero, here's a patch, here's a hero, here's a patch. We were getting patches like crazy. Like, oh man, update, read patch notes. All right, patch notes.
Let's sit back and make a bigger update.
And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, we are, just so you know, we're no longer making heroes right now. We're focusing on working on the game, and we're gonna do this. And here we are.
Yeah.
So now, does it suck right now because we're in some stale content? Yes, we got this weekly update, so it's good for us to do this content. But I mean, like, for the people who don't stream, who aren't making YouTube videos, they're just playing the game. The game's getting stale at this point. So yes, it does suck, but we're working towards a better situation. So take the staleness for the time being, and it's going to get better as we go.
Hello?
I'm like, damn, that's a good point. Yep.
Windu just cut out, bro.
Windu?
Yeah, Windu's gone.
Hello.
Right. So, all right. Well, while Windu's fixing his audio, I'm hoping. Plato, what do you got to say for the community, bud?
What do I have to say for the community?
Yeah.
Bro, I enjoy playing the game, like, regardless. Even like you saying, it is stale. I can't say that it's not getting, in certain aspects, but going forward, it's all about just patience. It's an early access game. It's not the only early access game that I've played. I have about, I had 15 other early access games, and now I have maybe 2-3 games. So like, even if it's not your main game that you're like, get me in, bro, every single day you're grinding 8
plus hours a day. You know, it is a game worth keeping an eye out for. The changes coming, bro. I mean, without saying anything, get fucking excited, bro. Like I get excited seeing everything, hearing about everything, and then it's like at a certain point you can only be so patient, right? And I get it, but like just waiting, right? You're working with a company that starting out early access game, bro. They're doing what they can. They're working on it. If you don't like the tactics and whatever, guess what? It's not your company, bro. You know. So just stay patient. You know, if you're eager to hop back in Fault, bro, whether you're waiting for the patch or like we said earlier, just tune into a stream, bro. You know, just keep an eye out on it. You know, say hi to somebody or just see how. If you don't enjoy playing the game, you probably enjoy watching the game. You know, and that's where I find most people right now. So, you know, you can join in on that. And if you're new to the game, it's a great time to join. You know, if you've never played it, it's great to just hop in. You know, it's not the same game that first came out with all those bugs. What has it been, a year ago? You know, so if you've never played Fault, bro, it's like it's a great game to just hop into. You know, and that's one of the things that is probably one of the, you know, things that they're looking to do is grow the player base, and with a good foundation, you know, it's that's the next thing to come. But where they're at right now, like I was saying, like it's great for new players to come in and have fun with the game. I've been playing it I don't know how long, bro, and I still have fun. Like, even if I'm losing, most of the time, I don't even care if I win the game. Like, I'll eat tower shots, and I'm enjoying fucking eating tower shots, bro. Like,
W key.
Yeah, like,
all right.
I don't know another game I can enjoy doing the shit that I do, you know? Like,
those are good points. It's like one of those things that even if the game isn't for you now, doesn't mean it's not going to be your main game a year from now, 2 years from now. Like, it's definitely still worth keeping an eye on, because the community does have actually quite a bit of pull as far as decisions go, as opposed to other games.
As like, so, as a support member and moderator, I do want to say, like, personally, it might not look like you guys do, but you guys do. Like, a lot of your feedback we take in and we take to the team and bring it up to them, and a lot of the decisions are based on what you said. So, like, you might not see it in that moment, but we are listening. We do listen, I promise.
Yeah.
And cut them some fucking slack, bro. Holy shit. My bad.
Yeah, you're good. Was that your output to the community there, Amadillo? What do you got? What are your thoughts? Final thoughts here?
I mean, this is a big patch coming up. So there's a host of us that have played it, generally to positive reviews. But everybody make their own decision. You know what I mean? Yes. Either if you don't want to play because you're too worried about this or that, like Plato said, watch somebody, make your own educated decision. But when the patch comes out, I will tell you the game will feel better. Yeah. So
everybody.
Plato said, watch somebody. Yep. Oh yeah, definitely. We want criticism. Constructive criticism is the best.
No, 100%. Yeah, but I was gonna throw a twist on it. Anybody can criticize a game. Not everybody can help build a game.
Right.
True.
There you go. I like that.
Constructively, with good
constructive criticism.
Yeah. Right. So what Plato was saying is, you go watch somebody. Everybody here, we all stream. All right. Yeah, and I know Windu's gonna put all the links down below. Plato, do you have a YouTube? I mean, it's fine if you do. All right.
No, we're working on it. I've been yelling at him for YouTube for weeks, bro.
Like, that's fine. Eventually. All right. So I know Windu's gonna put everything in the links down below. A great episode. Plato, thanks for showing up. Arma, thanks for showing up again, man.
Much love, guys.
Yep. Appreciate you guys.
Peace.
Yo, GG's, man. Have a nice night, everybody.